10 seconds.
Catch you on the flap side.
Blue collar check.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
7 WEOB, The Asylum.
Presenting Mickey's Magics. New Mickey's Magic Cereal. Twinkling stars, moons, and Mickey marshmallows magically turn milk blue. But not you. Part of this completely magical breakfast.
All these elderly white men on the walls. Should have brought my rape whistle. Those were already damaged after they fell there!
Hello, everybody. I'm the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views, and all the episodes I must review. You know, sometimes it ain't too easy to get in 2 episode reviews in 1 week. And that's why after the school review, I decided to start overlapping reviews. You saw a stellar performance review, and there was a next episode hint at the end of the review, which means that episode is actually done the next Thursday, which was attention deficted. So basically, I was actually working on Tough Cookie at that time. You see where this is going? Because honestly, I hate to repeat myself with this one, as many people keep saying, do this episode next, when really, that's not how it works, even in filmmaking. And speaking about episode review, and tick off. This one is the 47th episode. It's much likely in season 3 and likely above all the 148th episode. So I'm not gonna lie already, this is personally not one of my favorite episodes of season 3. I know I like a bunch of old antique things, and I really like old nostalgic 90s toys. But this episode, it tries to be interesting, but it's really not. But the irony of this episode is what really got me. Not entirely, because y'all know how I like irony shit happening to a character. The evil queen from Snow White actually cared about her beauty, and in the end she died ugly. Jafar from Aladdin was consumed by power, until he made the biggest mistake in the end that got the better of him. And before I can actually start on this review, I do have a new guest star actually on this show. Now pay attention. She became very supportive to my channel and me since the beginning of season 2 of the Loud House Critic. And I gave her so much confidence into doing this episode review with me, so she wouldn't have to feel 1 inch of loneliness. Please welcome to the channel.
Critic. It's really nice to meet you. And hello everyone from YouTube. My name is Savannah Medina. I know some of you know me or not know me in comment sections on YouTube. My favorite Loud House episode is Any Given Sunday and The Project Loud House. And my least favorite Loud House episodes is No Such Luck and The Taunting Hour. Alright, Loud House Critic, let's get started to review this episode.
It's nice to meet you, Savannah. I really like that garden.
Smoke poppers I bought at the magic show last night. Whoa, you look just like the amazing Brailster. Well, except for the mustache.
I don't know how many times I said this, but I just love magic, especially in the movies. And speaking about movie magic, just to let you all know, in the movie Megan, she was never CGI throughout the movie, not even a little. Most of the walking, dancing, and the climax scene was done by Amy Donald, but most of it was done by animatronic and puppetry. Hell, there's even a person wearing a green suit that's actually behind Megan. Like the way she pinned Gemma to the table. And even in one scene when she was sitting down talking to Katie and moved one arm to her chest to play the pre-recording from her voice. That's why I think a lot of people should actually look behind the scenes and not think too much like the Nostalgia Critic.
I'm thinking that we can get started of hang of it, of perform his magic tricks.
Man, was that a great show or was that a great show? A and B. Hey, what do you say we keep the fun train rolling and do some antiquing?
That's a great idea!
A great idea! Great idea!
It's insane, right? It's insane, right?
I got us 2 tickets to the Fern Valley Flea Market. I remember how much you enjoyed it last time. Right.
Doubt! Another unmistakable sign of the DVDs!
Is that a doubt I sense? It's not that obvious. The tone of his voice, the face expression he's giving us, that's clearly a sign of he didn't fucking enjoy it. Observe.
It's from the Edwardian era. Rumor has it King Edward himself once sat upon it.
It's nice, but you know I'm more of a Victorian era guy.
I'm not too fucking sure why these antique stores would actually keep toilet seats in their shop. That's kind of fucking disgusting. This is why you buy them at a supermarket. People shouldn't actually sell that shit at an antique store. You want to sell one of those things? Give it to a hobo.
Of course, but this is a rare opportunity to own a piece of His Majesty's throne. Well, his porcelain one.
Good night, everybody.
You know, as much fun as I had that day...
Lies! What? I heard that. Fine. Say it to my face. Or are ye scared, simpering jackanapes? Afraid to muss your pretty hair?
And is it just me, or does Lord Dingwall look like he's related to Mr. Grouse?
I'm gonna have to pass this time, buddy. Not because I don't want to go. It's my turn to be Lisa's human test subject. And you know me, I do anything for proctology.
Survey says...
I know where to find Artie. Sir? Where would you start looking for a boy who never grew up?
I know!
The second star to the right.
Did I get it right?
First off, you never enjoy being Lisa's mental experiment, especially when you know that little four-eyed goblin of what she does. Especially when somebody actually did a comic of one of Lisa's experiments that made Lincoln increase his sex drive to other girls. And yeah, there was a whole lot of things that felt disturbing. But then again, with him and Stella, nah, possibly happened in their future. And secondly, you've actually said the wrong ideology.
And I think you don't know Lisa.
As sure as hell he fucking does, if you remember Overnight Success. Then again, I don't think Lisa would be that cruel to Clyde.
I was really looking forward to the two of us getting our antique on. I'm sorry, bud. Maybe someone else would be free.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Oh yeah? Like who?
Zach, how would you like to hit the flea market with me tonight?
Last time I had fleas, I had to stay home from school.
Aye vey.
Zach, you nitwit.
It's not a market for actual fleas. They have antiques.
We don't do antiques. My parents won't decorate the house with anything they can't see through. Good night, everybody.
You probably wonder, why the hell did you put that there? Well, think about what Zach just said. His parents won't even decorate the house with anything they can't see through. Now imagine that, especially with their clothes.
Oh my God!
Uh-huh, you're starting to catch on now.
You never know where those government spies put their listening devices.
Look out! Look out! Watch out! Watch out! It's horrendous!
So, is that a no?
Meh, let them listen. I'm in.
Well, that's the Team Glasses spirit. And I don't know about you, but something might go downhill for Lincoln that could make him jealous. Who knows? So the next day at school in the library...
Clyde? I thought we were gonna ride bikes to school this morning. Hey, bud. Sorry about that. I wanted to get to the library early. Gotta research all those antiques I bought yesterday. Wow.
And why did you bring them all here? Shouldn't they actually be staying at home? I think Clyde was just trying to show off like Lincoln does. And so is Zach.
I got some cool old plates, a cloak from before Hawaii was a state, and these sick glasses. Well, they're not my prescription, but who cares?
God damn!
Actually...
I have some big glasses like that, and I keep them in my comedy section in my Hollywood wardrobe.
So, you had a good time?
Good time? I had a great time! I never knew old stuff could be so much fun!
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of good old shit you can actually find in an antique store that you won't find in this century. Especially when you read the history behind anything that's so antique. A radio, a camera, hell, even a record player. Even some of those fancy old grandfather clocks.
He's really got a knack for antiquing. You should have seen him haggle with the rug guy.
And I'm so glad I did.
That's a big-ass throw rug. I'm so glad he didn't beat Sully with Mike Wazowski.
You big throw rug?
What was that? This baby's gonna look sick in my family's panic room.
You just hit Clyde.
Oh, sorry, Clyde. Oh, sorry, Lincoln. Huh, good thing I didn't buy the sword.
Survey says...
Holy shit. That's a good fucking reason why you should leave all the fucking antique stuff at home. Even if you buy a weapon. Especially when shit like that isn't even allowed at a school or in a supermarket or on your job. I'm so glad they didn't make him say, huh, good thing I didn't buy the muzzle loader.
Survey says...
Yeah, if you ever bring a sword or a gun somewhere in any other place, you could get suspended or fired for it without getting a second chance. Well, maybe except for California.
Lincoln! Come on in, the boys are in Clyde's room.
Thanks. Wait, did you say the boys?
Did you say the boys? What are you, jealous now? Because I could have sworn that Zach is actually your friend too.
Clyde? I thought we were hanging out tonight. We are. I just invited Zach to hang out with us. Want to join in on the fun? Throw on a pair of those gloves, buddy. We're cleaning up these antiques.
What do you call it? Call it?
It's a clock. Don't touch it.
If I bought anything that's so antique, I would actually archive them. Kind of make myself a little museum.
You're having fun by cleaning up?
You should really try it, Lincoln. It's very relaxing.
What do you call it? That's a hammer.
Yeah, I have to agree with him. Cleaning up is so much relaxing, but I guess Lincoln and his other sisters aren't even used to cleaning up around the whole fucking house, since they're always destroying and messing it all up. But I still gotta admit, cleaning up is actually so much relaxing. It feels so much better to get some of the old shit out of the way and to make more space. And I did that with my closet in one night.
Time for dinner. Time for dinner. Time for dinner.
This is one mighty fine piece of silverware. The inlay looks like it's pre-Civil War.
That's a great catch there, Zachary. I'm very impressed.
Someone's salty.
Don't touch me.
You think that's interesting? Check this out.
I'm gonna love you till the very end. Beaches, 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 I love you, yeah.
Gravy?
Is that London sterling silver?
It sure is. Clyde, it warms my heart that you're passing on some of the knowledge you learned from your dad and me. We are so proud of you.
And I wish I didn't waste my whole relationship with one redheaded girl.
Hey, Clyde, check this out.
I always wonder, how do they even do that? Because I've been looking forward to doing something like that in the future.
Lincoln, please don't be too rough with the glasses. They're antiques.
Looks like Depression era if you ask me.
Coasters help to avoid watermarks, especially on wooden surfaces. But how does the water get outside the glass?
That's a great question. It's actually caused by the difference in temperature outside the glass, which pulls moisture from the air.
Did you hear that, Hair Bear?
It's insane, right?
Can we get an extra scoop of ice cream for this little antique expert over here?
Hey, stay happy.
I'm sensing a jealousy dissatisfaction with Lincoln. You need to stop eating all that salt and start eating some more sugar.
Alright, so what do we want to watch? Looks like there's a Robot Super Destroyer movie on. Oh, is it the first one? The sequel? The prequel? Or the remake? The remake of the prequel. Sweet!
Sometimes remakes are good and some remakes are just fucking shitty. Because there's a lot of times that people try to remake or try to reboot a movie franchise and they end up being fucked in the ass. Because they did not know how the original creator and director handled their films. One great example, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Let's stick with the original 1978 movie.
We've only seen that one 4 times. Let's do it!
Or we could check out the Antique Hour Marathon. Oh, look, they're in Royal Woods this week.
Yeah, when he says something like that, it kind of reminds me of something like this I've seen on television countless times.
2.6 million. Look at the diamonds on this. You have approximately 10 carats. Those are all colorless diamonds. Colorless diamonds.
You know, those kind of channels that actually sell the jewels and all that vintage stuff?
Or we could put it to a vote. Who wants to watch Robot Destroyer? Sorry, bud, but we have watched it 4 times.
Well, you just lost 2-1.
No, it's a tie. That guy doesn't count. He can't even read.
You'll be happy to hear that at auction, this piece would bring in
$5,000!
$5,000!
Hell, I thought the snacks at the movie theater were much cheaper. But that's a big one. I'm not gonna raise $5,000 on a picture frame of the Queen of England. I don't know what's so useful of keeping that around.
Woo! Team Clack McGirl nails it again!
What was that? Oh, just a nickname that Zach came up with. Of course, you and I are still Clink and McCloud. Yeah, sure, okay. I gotta go home.
What's your hurry, Murray?
Yeah, where you going, Murray? Lincoln. What's his name?
You moron.
Wait, Lincoln, Armoires are up next. They're the bad boys of the antiques world.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Yeah, you should stay over, Lincoln. We're getting up bright and early to go bargain hunting at yard sales.
We got safari hats and everything.
You know, speaking of safari, how many of y'all have actually played this on DVD?
That red dot's us, right?
I think so. I wonder what that sound is.
Go! Give it some.
Even as an adult, I still actually enjoy that from this day.
No thanks. You guys clearly have your own thing going on. Maybe I should just disappear. But Lincoln! Dang it.
Seems to me like you need more practice, Mopin. I swear it's like Lincoln is being Lori for a change. Remember A Fair to Remember? Yeah, think of what Lori was trying to do throughout that episode.
That's kind of harsh when we can dismiss Clyde's idea to schedule of watching a remake prequel movie.
So later at night time, we come to the Loud House with Taurean Pissy Lincoln feeling left out.
Attention Amazing Brawlster Fan Club. You're invited to a super secret pop-up magic show. Bring a friend. Well, that friend sure isn't going to be Clyde. He's too busy dusting spoons with Clack.
What's the matter? You jealous?
I think he's actually turning red.
But who needs him? I've got plenty of friends.
Yeah, I got friends on the other side.
So the first friend he calls up is Liam.
Howdy, Liam. It's Lincoln.
Wait, Which Lincoln? I know a few.
Lincoln Loud, your friend?
Oh, yeah, hi, Lincoln.
Liam, you crackhead. What other Lincoln do you know around in Royal Woods? And how often do you even get to know your friends?
Are you busy tonight? I've got an extra ticket to the amazing Brailster.
As you can already tell by that face that Liam made, you can already see he does not feel that interested in going. It really isn't that hard.
Oh, I'd love to, but it's wiener season here on the farm. You know, that magical time of year when we wean piglets from their mamas. I need to be around in case there's some kind of a wean scene. For example...
I got it, thank you, bye!
I don't want to hear this shit on the phone.
The stuff they're getting away with on kids shows these days.
Lincoln, what's good?
Hey, Rusty, how'd you like to go to the greatest magic show on Earth tonight?
Tonight? I totally would, but I've got a hot date.
You serious?
In fact, I better go iron my jeans.
That's really quite dangerous of having a phone while you're taking a bath. Because there have been major incidents where people have actually died in their bathtub when they had their electronics with them. But let's see if Stella's up for this.
Hello? Stella, buddy old pal. I've got an extra ticket to a magic show and...
Wish I could go, but I promised my granny I'd help her set up a dating profile.
Yeah, at that point, she did not have a second to think about that. She just jumped out of the lake before Jason Voorhees can even drag her down. And I hope eventually we get to see Stella's grandmother. Because honestly, this would be amazing, seeing Myrtle, Nanigale, and Stella's grandmother together.
Hold on, I'm getting another call. Oh, it's Lynn. Hey, LJ, do you want to go to a magic show?
No, I want to go to the bathroom, stinking.
What the fuck did I tell you about that word?
Don't make me hurt you.
Yeah, it's Savannah. Kind of let the survey says do their job. Because I think the audience already get the running gag every time Lynn says that word.
Flip.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, you want something even better that can actually help stay awake for a very long time? And this won't even involve cutting off your own eyelids.
Can I get one bubblegum Flippy to go?
Just one? Today's special twice a Flippy for only triple the price.
Nah, just one's good. I'm writing solo tonight.
Wow, I can't wait for a future episode like that to even come. Yeah, and it happens to evolve around Clyde. And it's really his first dislikable episode.
Liam? Yeah! I thought it was weaning season!
Now what in tarnation? This isn't the barn. Gee, I must have taken a wrong turn.
Cut the crap.
You know you ain't that dumb. If someone were trying to make an excuse to me, you know what I would say?
Dunstan, I've got some lovely bananas here.
You gotta lie better than that, dickhead.
You trade your hairy bottom at me. Dunstan!
Flip, the toilet's clogged.
Stella? I thought you were helping your granny get back out there.
You ungrateful little bitch.
I expect stupidity out of Liam, Zach, and Rusty, but you, Stella? You're a better character than that. And speaking about one of those characters, you can stop pretending like you're hiding behind Selena Gomez.
Sup, man?
What's going on here?
You guys all said you were too busy to see the amazing Brailster tonight.
Look, Lincoln, the truth is, I think magic is boring.
How dare you? Oh, hey, you know what? We were just leaving anyway, weren't we? There's not a problem here.
No, it's okay. Snooze fest.
That son of a bitch!
To me, it's more upsetting than boring. I know there ain't no coins in my ears, but they always find them.
You little rascals.
Kill their asses!
Don't even think about it.
We're sorry for lying, but we didn't want to hurt your feelings.
How can you not like magic?
Yeah, how could anyone not like magic? Especially how they used it in the movies. You ever wonder how someone can turn their head clockwise? Or how someone was able to make a car fly? That's the beauty of magic, to be amazed.
Clyde and I had a blast at the last Brailster show.
Actually, you had a blast. Clyde didn't want you to know, but he definitely didn't have fun.
I beg your pardon.
What was that you said?
What the hell are you talking about?
And for my next trick, I'll need a bold audience member willing to be sawed in half. How about you, young man?
So goodbye to you, and farewell to thee.
Wow, he's pointing at you, Clyde! You're so lucky! Yeah, I love sauce!
Hey, don't get nervous, kid. You're making me twitch.
Since you're my assistant, you should wear the hat.
You think that shit funny? Ah! You think that frog Curtis is a joke? You ever been smacked across your face by a giant 50-foot frog?
You watch your mouth.
Handkerchief.
He's so lucky he didn't strip himself all the way down to the skin, otherwise that would have been too fucking embarrassing, like this.
Oh my god!
Girls, pull yourselves together.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Wow, how did I not see this? Clyde hates magic. But then why does he always agree to go?
Damn, were you too damn stupidly blind to even notice? He's your friend. Since kindergarten.
Probably because he's just a really good friend.
Yeah, I'm sure you do the same for him all the time.
Survey says...
A cook on a hook.
Actually, I don't. Here I am mad at Clyde when I'm the one who's a bad friend.
More of a bad acquaintance, actually. I would not say that you're actually a bad friend. Mostly anybody's got a good taste in something that they like. Trust me, there are times I wish I'd never gone to prom with the wrong girl.
I was wondering if I could talk to your business associate, Tucker.
I'm sure he's around here somewhere. Welcome to...
Nope, sorry, fuck this.
See that? Look what you went too far, now you gotta go back!
So anyway, Lincoln arrives at Clyde's house.
My glad to see you. I want to apologize. I should have known that antiquing stuff would make you feel left out. Clyde, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I didn't really have to help Lisa with proctology.
And he gave you a hard time.
Donkey. No, he's right.
I just didn't want to go antiquing. But I should have been a good friend and gone anyway. Just like you did with me in the Brailster.
Shit, you didn't think this one all the way through from the very beginning of this episode? And yet you grew jealous of him and Zach hanging together. You could have at least supported both of them and actually have fun at the same time.
It's okay, Clyde. I know you don't. You just go because you know it makes me happy. And I need to start doing the same for you. So, I was wondering if you and Zach would like to join me for this. Antique Hour? Royal Woods Edition?
What? Wow, Lincoln. Thanks for including me.
Of course, Zach. In fact, I was thinking maybe we should call ourselves Cacklin McClurdle.
Yeah.
Or what about Zelidicon McGloudle?
Really?
Oh, I know. Lidak Lurtlenik.
One for all and all for nothing.
Slab Oakley. Chad Log? I've got it. Chris Pine. Nah, it'd never work.
Yeah, was that even necessary to put that kind of a name in a Disney movie that didn't even know who Chris Pine was? And what's about all the fucked up Disney references in Geppetto's workshop? Since when was there even a time for those things to even exist?
Die.
We should get going. It's starting to drizzle.
So Piglet started failing. He was sailing. And the rain came down.
I'll just grab this umbrella. Actually, that was an 18th century Japanese parasol, but no problem.
Survey says...
Blasting through the atmosphere, binding up the stratosphere at speeds of light. You're ripe to have a fight. You fire east, west, north, and south. The foam is running from your mouth. You fire zip, zap. You're feeling oh so rough. The Martians try to get away. You fire your destructo ray. They dodge. Dead gum. They're turning back your way. They've got you on the run. It seems with their dead gum electro beams. You dodge. Zip, zap. Too late. You're fright the crazy.
And that was Antic off. I really don't have too much to say about this episode, because when seeing the title card of this episode and actually reading what the title of the card, somehow I knew this was gonna be not too interesting. Not because it's a Clink and McCloud episode, it's the fact that it didn't look too interesting, so when I gave this one a watch, I was kinda right about it. It's pretty much boring and forgettable, And one word that can actually sum up this, it's pretty much affair to remember through and through. If anyone remembers that Lori got Bobby to hang out with Lincoln just because she didn't actually want to go some places where he wanted to go, and she started feeling a little bit jealous that Bobby was hanging around with Lincoln more instead of her, and she takes Clyde, who was pretty much unconscious throughout the entire episode, to make Bobby jealous. Imagine that with Lincoln in Lori's shoes for a change, when it came to Clyde and Zach actually going antique shopping. But it becomes even more complicated in this episode when Lincoln becomes jealous that Clyde is actually hanging around with Zach. First of all, aren't these guys friends? If so, then Lincoln would not have an actual problem with Clyde hanging around with Zach. Plus, I like the little interaction scene with these two together. But I pretty much think the main reason why people hate this episode is because the character Lincoln himself. He pretty much had a downfall. As I said before, he is such an angsty and sour, loathing brat. It's like he didn't want to give antiques a shot, just to know what it's like to have them. And when he had enough of Zach and Clyde actually being hooked on the antique stuff, and them talking so much about it, he runs home and he tries to get his other friends to come hang out with him to come see the magic show. They all said they had better things to do. But when he found them at Flip's Food and Fuel, it turned out they lied to him because they didn't want to hurt his feelings because they weren't into magic. Big fucking whoop-de-dee-doo. And this is where the moral of the message actually comes in, and it quite doesn't work too well. Just because you don't like something that what your friend is actually into, you can still go and still just pretend to like magic so that you could just be a good friend. But I have to say, that's not a healthy way of friendship. I would never lie to my friend and pretend I'm into something that I'm not into of what they're into very much. I would just let the truth come out, and they would understand me. If you have seen Affair to Remember, then you're better off watching that episode than this one, because there's absolutely nothing new or interesting with this episode, except the fact that they made Lincoln into magic. I think they were just doing that just to make his character more interesting, because they had nothing else better to do, since throughout season 3 it was mostly about his sisters and the parents. Well, I don't actually hate it, well, kind of, but I can't be really too harsh about it, especially when I'm a person who likes antique stuff. So that's pretty much what I have to say about this episode. Alright, Savannah, it's your turn to speak.
Because it's alright, kinda good and generic episode, but nothing too special, and have predictable parts of this episode. But I have few pros and cons about this episode. My first pro is I really glad they Rusty, Liam, Stella, and Zach in this episode. My second pro is a great friendship bonding between Lincoln, Clyde, and Zach during some scenes of this episode. My final pro is the voice performance of Chesapeake, because she did a wonderful job of voicing 3 characters during the Loud House series. My first con is a moral message about during those episodes, because there are some mixed messages about the best way to maintain their friendship when they go into most activities where they like it or they just like it. My final con is gross out humor, when Lincoln drinks it on the elixir and then spits it out on Clyde and Zach, which is kind of gross. Thank you, Loud House Critic, for bringing me here on your show.
Okay, not bad. You know, Savannah, if you're really interested in sticking around with the gang and I, there's a big Halloween event that's actually gonna happen this coming October, and there will also be an episode review where the females will have the spotlight of one episode that came from season 6. In case you're interested, well, we gotta get the show on the road. This has been the Loud House Critic. I think I'm gonna go check out that Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
In the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove is how we show our love. In the loud house, gotta love mom and dad for not going completely mad.
This looks pretty easy, and I can help you. Really? Thanks, Mom.
Just begun.